Yo, what is up guys? We are back and I am here today to give you guys even more info on upcoming updates to the forbiddencraft server. This will be our last news update for this week, so if you want to find out more information, you're gonna have to wait till next week. But I'm really excited for this update. I feel like this might be a controversial update. But I think it's going to add a lot of diversity to the game and a lot of challenge. Now, people don't always like challenge, but I like challenge. So, there we go. But I am calling this the LUNAR update. You'll see why soon enough. But let's go ahead and hop right in. So, first and foremost, we have a new crafting recipe in this update. If you take sand and you place it like so, just like that, there we go, and then you take some string and you place it like so, you can now craft sponges. Now, I'm going to make 2 of them for the sake of this demonstration. So if I go ahead and place some water, you will see that if I place a sponge next to it, it'll absorb it, it'll become a wet sponge. Now, if I take a second sponge, or I take a lava bucket, and then I place a sponge next to that, it will absorb the lava as well. So sponges can now be crafted, and they can also be used for lava absorption. That is something they normally could not be done. But you can use that for that purpose now. How much use you will get out of that feature, I don't know, but I think it's pretty cool. So, next thing I want to get into, let me just go ahead, time, set, day. There we go. Okay, so, weather, clear. There we go. Okay, so another thing that I want to showcase during this is if I just go ahead and kill myself, let's see, there we go, I will respawn back at this location, which it looks like there's a creeper on my bed, so I'm going to have to worry about that later. Thankfully, I am in creative, otherwise that would have blown up. But if you check this out, so I've just died. Let's just pretend that I didn't kill myself and that I died from a mob of some sort or something of that matter. You can actually use the command deathback, and it'll teleport you exactly where you died. No matter where you were in the world, you will go back exactly where you passed away. Now, I have not tested this with things like the Nether or the End, so I'm not entirely sure as of this time if it'll teleport you to those locations, but theoretically it should. So, those are some of the things you can expect. Now, the last 2 updates for this little LUNAR update. You might be wondering why the hell it's called the LUNAR update. If so far all it's got to do is death and sponges. There are 2 other things that this update introduces. And the first thing is going to be a little hard to demonstrate, but if I go ahead and set time, or let's see, time set, we'll set to night, and let's see, where is the moon? Alright, so the moon's there. The moon actually has phases now. You can see there, it's actually got like a little shadow on it. The moon has phases now. And during a specific phase, something very special will happen. But that's not what we're going to be demonstrating right now, because there's actually a lot of stuff going on with the moon in this update. So if I set back to day, and then we'll set back to night. Let's see. Here we go. So we're actually under full moon now. So during full moon weather conditions, all mobs will receive buffs, and we'll go over those specific buffs in a minute. But yeah, so we are in full moon weather conditions now, and we'll see if we can happen to find some of these buffed mobs. Let's see here. I don't see anything particularly out of the normal. Let's see. You may notice a lot of lightning. That happens a lot during the full moon as well. But these full moon weather conditions... there we go. You can see there's a charged creeper here. All of the mobs get buffed during full moon weather conditions, which the full moon happens once every 9 Minecraft days. So you can predict it. It'll happen once every 9 days. And then that's Minecraft days, not like actual days. So once every 9 Minecraft days, they will have the full moon where all of the mobs are buffed. But then on top of that, if I continue a little further here, you will see that we are now under what is called a blood moon. Now, the blood moon happens every so often. You can see everything gets real foggy and red. Blood moon happens every so often. And it's not on a specific schedule, unlike the full moon. It's not on a specific schedule. It'll just happen every so often. And you can actually type / blood moon, and it will tell you how many days until the next blood moon. But during blood moons, mobs get really big buffs, which again we'll go over in a minute. So we have the full moon event and now the blood moon events, both of which last roughly 15 minutes, and you're gonna need to be careful during this time if you're out and about, for sure. There is benefits to be had if you are going to be fighting during these times. However, if you don't feel like fighting during these times, or if you're a bit under-equipped, I recommend just bunkering down somewhere until the time passes. But let's go over some of the buffs in particular that these mobs will experience during full moon and blood moon conditions. Now, if I pull this up here, during a full moon, which happens every 9 Minecraft days, zombies and husks will experience speed 2, resistance 1, and have a 10% chance of spawning with diamond equipment, and a 20% chance of dropping that equipment when killed. Zombie villagers will spawn with speed 1, resistance 2, and a 10% chance to have diamond weapons, with a 10% chance to drop those weapons when killed. Creepers, during the full moon, will experience a 40% chance of becoming supercharged by lightning. They will also receive resistance 1, speed 2, and fire resistance 1. So creepers are going to be very dangerous during the full moon. Skeletons will receive flame 1 as well as resistance 2 and have a 5% chance to spawn with diamond armor, and a 20% chance to drop at least one piece of armor when being killed. Spiders will spawn with resistance 3 and fire resist 1, and a 40% chance to have a spider jockey with them. And then Endermen will have a 35% chance of becoming angered by a nearby player, even if the player is not looking at them. So Endermen don't get any specific buffs, but they are more likely to attack you. 35% more likely. And also, you cannot sleep during a full moon. So that's something you're either going to have to fight or wait it out. And those are some pretty significant buffs. Now, during the... Let's see. During the blood moon, however, there are also buffs going on, but these buffs are different. Blood moons do not happen every 9 days, they just happen occasionally. And during a blood moon, all mobs will take less damage, all mobs will deal more damage. Mobs like the skeleton will apply a slowness effect if they hit you. Zombies will apply a wither effect if they hit you. Spiders will apply a poison and nausea effect if they hit you. Creepers will summon lightning when they explode during this time. Phantoms will cause levitation effects if you get hit by them. But during this time, mobs will drop 4 times the amount of experience they normally do. Mobs will also drop special loot, which can range from various items all the way up to just straight up diamonds. So this would be a good way to farm diamonds if you're well equipped. And if you drop any items during a blood moon, those items will be destroyed. So be sure to only drop things during this time that you don't need. But other than that, those are the effects for what I am calling the Lunar update, which will be coming along with all of the other updates I've showcased so far when the server relaunches. So these blood moons, yeah, they're gonna be a handful. They're gonna be a handful. Just to showcase here real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and go in survival, just to give you guys an idea here. I have play tested this a little bit with various levels of equipment, and it is manageable if you have good stuff. However, it as you can see there, if you're not carrying some good items, it can be pretty difficult. So those, it's a risk-reward sort of thing. If you feel like you're well equipped, you can go out there and you can fight to try to get some items. And if you're not well equipped, you might want to stay home during the blood moon. So that being said, these are just some of the many updates I plan to introduce. So stay tuned. I'll be dropping another video next week with even more information on more updates. But all of these updates will be dropping as soon as the server is back up online, which I'm estimating late March, early April. The server will go public again, so in between now and then, I'm going to be doing weekly videos showcasing some of these updates that I'm implementing. And you guys can let me know what you think about them. I know this one's going to be very controversial for a lot of players. But it's a good way to diversify gameplay and allow for challenge for players who like more challenging experiences. So it's a risk-reward sort of thing. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll fill you guys in with some more info next week. But for now, thank all you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and come on the crown moves. I'll see all you guys next time. Goodbye, guys.